Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Let's find you. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I am excited to play with postcards today. So we've talked over the last little while. I think when I was in Texas, we started painting some postcards, and we talked about postcard exchanges, and I think I told you that I was participating in the yhW9hEPlf78jE0W postcard exchange. And so that is what I'm going to work on today, and I thought you could too, because here's the thing. You can be so creative with postcards, right? You just have to work within the parameters of a postcard. So, everybody make sure you have a big drink. I'm going to take some water into my body right now. And if you're brand new here, if you would follow, like, and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Sarah. How are you today? So here's a couple of things that I kind of have going through my noggin. So I wanted to show you a couple things that I have. So remember I was telling you a while ago that I have these watercolor postcards, and I got these at Arizona Art Supply, which is our local art store, and they are exactly what they say they are. They are cold press, 135-pound postcard. So they're stamped on the back, but remember, it doesn't have to be stamped on the back. I just happened to buy these because I was kind of intrigued by the whole idea. So I thought I would paint some backgrounds on some of these postcards. So remember, I told you I'm doing the yhW9hEPlf78jE0W postcard exchange. So I need 10 postcards for that, and then I need postcards for our exchange. If you send me a postcard, I'll send you a postcard. So I have some I need to do at least, well, I need to do a bunch. I need to do 10 for the exchange, and then however many more. So I have a couple of ideas. I have some, do you remember I had started painting? Are you doing it this time too, Susan? That's so cool. Okay, so I had a couple of ideas. So I was thinking, so do you remember I painted these two? I started painting these when I was in Texas. And I'm looking at them, like, what else can I do? And I have a couple more ideas, but I was really thinking about, we did this technique a long time ago, where we did some stenciling. So this is just a piece of punchinella. But I was thinking, like, I could do paint, but what if I did some ink, and I just did it through the punchinella or a stencil or whatever. I always think this is a cool, let's turn, I don't want to move it. I really like this kind of a technique for a background. Okay, are you ready to see it? Oh, and I'm just using pumice stone because I thought that would be giving me a... Stop it! How cute is that? So let's do a little bit more down here. There we go. Do a little bit right here. So just a little something that is going to add to the artsiness of my postcard. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Guys, I'm so, like, that makes me so happy. The addition of that has just elevated it in my eyes, in my estimation. So I have this one and I have this one that I thought this might be a cool element to this card too. But let's use a different stencil. Oh my gosh, I have so many. Okay, I have this cool mosaic-y one. Hi, Lynn. How are you this morning? So let's do a little bit here. I just love the idea that I can be as creative as I want. You know what I mean? Look at that! Let's turn it this way. And that, like, people are looking for it to be super creative and really artistic. That is making me all kinds of happy. Yes, yes, yes! There we go. So I think cards need to be done. They need to be done by the 1st and sent out on the 5th. Is that right? I think. Oh my gosh. Look at those. I'm loving them both so much. Okay, so I have that idea, and I need to I want to work on painting more on this one. So Susan, are you doing the Hannah swap this year? Inquiring minds want to know. Hey Peg, how are you, my sweet? All right, let's see. Let's go here next. Silky Petals is my next color. I am curious, Susan, because I'm wondering, I haven't gotten my list yet, but I need to go back and read the rules again. Like, does that come out on the 1st? Is that when the... I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry you're leaving, but summertime on Cape Cod. Come on. Pretty sweet. Have you gotten your list yet, Susan? I was having a email issue because do you remember I was telling you, remember when my email got hacked? And it got, the whole reason it got hacked and people were vulnerable is because Cox email is going to Yahoo now. And so, okay, color in. And so I needed to do the transfer. My email is still Cox, but Yahoo is the platform now. So I was checking all of my like all the spam and the junk and the everything to make sure I didn't miss getting my. Oh, thank goodness, Susan. Okay, then I'm good. Then I'm good. Yeah, and you know, I was so funny. I want to do 10 totally different cards. Do you do 10 totally different ones? That's what I'm kind of feeling. Like I want to, you know, get really artsy. I have a few that I made a long time ago that I really want to kind of emulate that style. Two really artsy ones that I did a long time ago, quite mixed media-ish. These two. I love these. I love these. I love these. So, I did them on the watercolor base. So, I think I want to play with this kind of idea. We'll see. We'll see where we go. And, you know, the other thing I was thinking was, wouldn't it be kind of cool to, like, write out what I want to say and then emboss it, right? How fun would that be? So, let's see. Am I all the way through? I think so. Am I all the way through my, this color? I'm ready to rinse and start with another color. Oh no, I shouldn't have, because I need to do these guys. These shimmery paints, you really need to incorporate the water into the paint, because it will kind of separate if you don't, and then that's not cute. I'm just gonna tell you. Take it from me, somebody who has not incorporated my water and had horrid results. So, oh, I was also going to ask, is anybody thinking about doing the index card of the day? Because I was thinking about it, and I'll tell you what I've done it in the past. I've never finished all of them, and I don't feel bad about that. Because I always feel like whatever I create is more than I would have created if I didn't do it. Do you know what I mean? And the whole exercise is to just like open up your creativity. So let me know if you're considering it, and then I'll tell you what my idea was. You're going to do it. Okay, so here's what I was thinking, Valerie. So Daisy Yellow always gives us prompts every day. But what I want to do is I want to take my index cards and okay, here's what I'm thinking, Joanna. I think I'm going to do my index cards of the day, But I'm going to take the prompt and a technique. I'm going to marry those so I have a reference file, and then I'll just punch holes in them and put them on a ring. So then I have like a reference for like an artsy technique, like this, right? Like stenciling a background with a piece of art. Do you know what I'm saying? So what do you think? Do you want to join me? I just thought that might be kind of fun and useful. Do you know what I mean? Everybody take a drink. I know I need to, I have a little repair that needs to be done right here. Alrighty. Let's do green. Let's do it right here. So I posted this video this morning that I watched yesterday on CBS Mornings. There's a reporter by the name of David Begnad, and he always does good news stories. He's kind of like the Steve Hartman, right? So anyway, he had a story about a veteran, a woman veteran, named Crescencia Garcia, who is originally from Puerto Rico and became an American citizen. And I mean, I put the link, but let's talk about what a woman. What a woman. So she joined the Army at 24 because she was so horrified by the what was happening at Pearl Harbor. She was so proud to be an American. Anyway, the way that David found out about her is her granddaughter had sent him a letter and said that she just wanted him to know that her grandmother, her 100-year-old grandmother, survived COVID at 100. And anyway, he noticed that she sent a bunch of pictures of her grandmother, and one of them was her in uniform. And so he kind of did some research and reached out because she was in an all-black, all-women's battalion. And oh my gosh, you guys, it was just the most touching story, I'm telling you. She lived to 103, I believe, right? But you gotta watch. I put the little link on the page, on this page, I think, or maybe on the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. Anyway, one of those two. Oh my talk about being just being so inspired by her story. It was just lovely. And she was a medic, and she didn't think that that was very... He said, "Thank you for your service," and she said, "It wasn't much." What a humble woman. She was darling. And the crescendo is that Dr. Joe Biden called her and thanked her for her service and her inspiration. And at 102, she absolutely knew who Joe Biden was. And she absolutely... Joe Biden kept trying to say, thank you. And she just kept saying thank you to her for all she does. It was the loveliest feel-good story. And speaking of Jill Biden, she visited the Sault Ste. Marie to visit Native communities. So our tribe has a Native school called Bowading, and she visited there. And my dad's next door neighbor, her niece works for Joe Biden, and so she was there, and her great nieces got to meet the First Lady. It was just lovely. It was the coolest. What a feather in the cap of Sault Ste. Marie. That's what I have to say. And for Native communities everywhere. Okay, I feel like I need to let that dry before I go on to paint the final color, because I'm petrified I'm going to make it bleed. So what else do I have here to paint? Oh, all kinds of things. I'm thinking, so I have a couple of things. I have all of these pieces on the February Blossom thing that I've the art printable that I've painted. So I thought I could paint a background on one of these postcards to kind of coordinate with this. And so, because these are all pinks and oranges, I was thinking green. And I'm thinking this green. Or, let's see, what else do we have? What other greens do I have? I have this bright green, which I think might be a way to go. No, I don't know. This is kind of an olivey green. I just don't know that that's... I think the bright green is going to be... Although, I don't know. Maybe. We'll think about it. Pool party. That green is... Scenic Fall Drive. No green. Okay. So let's paint a background. I think I have a bigger brush down here. Yes, I have a big filbert. So I was thinking about like building another an artsy kind of card. So I think this what is it called? La Ofrenda. This green. So while we're waiting for that, let me tell you something else cool. Oh, and Crescencia was died in August of 2023 and was buried with full military honors. I thought that was so cool. But please watch that story. Okay, a whole bunch of things to talk about while I'm waiting for this to start working its magic. While I was at my dad's house, my dad brought out this little spoon and fork, very tarnished, but They were mine when I was a baby. Look at that little daffodil. So I will be going to get some silver polish and polishing those up. So look for these in some flat lays coming up soon. I just love those. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about? Oh, when I was in Austin, look at these crazy scissors. This is a pair of scissors. So James, my son, took me to we both love a stationery store like nobody's business. And we went to one called Kinokuniya. I'm sure I'm myrtleizing that. But anyway, these are scissors, and they're the perfect like travel scissors. So look, you pop this off the end, right? And then you push these down, these little thingies on the side, and that makes the handles. Stop it right now. So let's try and cut something. I like that little color swatchy that I did there. Let's figure out a way to incorporate that into something. So I'll tell you, they're not the sturdiest pair of scissors I've ever used. They feel a little shaky, so I feel like I need to be very deliberate in my snipping. Do you know what I mean? But they're perfect for travel, to just have in my travel art bag. I just thought they were kind of interesting. Oh, and do you remember when I went to the, stop it. Okay, I think that green, what do you think? That green, that green, or this green. I feel like the bright green, don't you think? Okay, so anyway, are those the funniest things you ever saw? Ta-da! My bag was not searched this time, which was the first. My bag is always searched. I don't know, maybe they're just getting used to me. And I was surprised it wasn't searched because I brought back, do you remember I found those apples at the grocery store at near my dad's house called Wild Twist? And then I found out that they're a brand new apple on the market. And so they were, let me work that in. They were kind of a test market, I think. So, anyway, I'm like, Dad, you gotta take me to Myers so I can get some of those apples. So I brought 6 of those apples home. I ate one yesterday, and I thought, shall I kind of stretch them out and savor them, or should I just eat one a day for 6 days? I think I'll just eat one a day for 6 days. They're so delicious. They're so delicious. I just love a good apple. I like an envy apple. I got one when I was at that same grocery store called Cosmic Crisp. Oh, they're delicious too. But check it out. See if you can find Wild Twist. Okay, so there I've got my base color down. I feel like I want to do something else with this. I don't know exactly what I want to do. Oh my gosh, they're so good. If you're an apple connoisseur, I love an apple. I love a good apple. So let's move that. Bring this back over. We can finish this. What was I going to say? Oh, so another thing. So while I was in Texas and I was at Lady Bird Johnson's Wildflower Center. Remember I told you I got a little overheated and I found there's like a lending library sort of in there. And there's a lot of children's books, but there's other books too. And I was having a little heat stroke, and so I took off my socks and shoes and I pulled out my bottle of water and I found a book to read. And here's the book I sent away for the book. So I found the book, and then I immediately, I found this cool shady spot to peruse the book, I went on Amazon and I ordered it, and it just came in the mail while I was gone. Texas Gardening Wildflowers. So I am so excited. I'm so excited to look, and it tells you like when they bloom and the habitat, like what zones. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because I did buy a bunch of seeds while I was in Texas that I will plant in different little pots around my yard. So I thought that was cool. And speaking of flowers, another thing that I brought home was my mom's favorite flower was it feels weird to say was the lily of the valley. And so on Sugar Island, they're plentiful. So, and did you know that they're considered a wildflower? I did not. Anyway, everybody take a drink. Anyway, I went to a cousin's house and I asked her if we could dig some up, because I looked up on the Delta website and you can take flowers home. So Susan, consider that. You can take flowers, you can take cut flowers, or you can take plants on the plane. Anyway, I brought back, so we dug up some lily of the valley. We've dug some up to plant in my mom's flower bed. And then we've dug up some for me to bring home. I also brought home forget-me-nots and a clipping of my dad's next door neighbor's ice plant. She's a very planty kind of girl. An ice plant and another flower that I need to ask her what exactly, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so I repotted them all yesterday. Let's hope that, and oh, me too. My luggage was so heavy, Susan, with 6 apples in it. And I was telling Keely, I go, you know, I didn't want them to get smushed, but the plane from Sault Ste. Marie to Detroit is a little plane, so you always have to not check your bag, but they gate check it. And so I smushed them way into the middle of my suitcase, and I put my pajama pants on top. So they were a little bit cushioned, and you know what? They were just perfectly fine when I got them home. You know what, Susan? Me too. I smuggle all kinds of things in my suitcase. All kinds. I can't bring liquids anymore because I used to back in the day. In Michigan, there's a pop called Faygo, and it's my favorite. Rock and Rye. It's my favorite. So now I only get it when I go home, and I'm not a big pop drinker anymore, but I always get a Faygo. There's a little party store that I can walk to. It's like a party store, meat market kind of store, because they have very good meats there. Anyway, I walk there frequently and get myself a Rock and Rye. And I used to be able to bring them home, not anymore, liquids. But I do bring all kinds of things home. Last time I brought a hamburger for my nephew from West Pier, which is one of our favorite places to eat. One of those, like a little restaurant, like a hamburger sub stand that's only open in the summertime. So I brought him a hamburger and, oh, good luck. I will be interested in the success of your attempt, your smuggling attempt. Oh, you guys, I'm loving it. I don't know what I want to do in the background of this one yet. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'll think of something. Oh, what were the other things I wanted to talk to you about? Oh, so, you know, at this stage in life, we're losing people. At this, if you are in my my age range, and it's a hard place to be with aging parents and young adult children. It's such a weird place to be. And they both need you, but you have to be careful how you handle situations, right? Anyway, so my friend lost her stepmom, and she was talking about, like, she got there before and was able to spend some time with her, and I don't know that her stepmom knew she was there, but she was able to be there. Do you know what I mean? So that was nice. Anyway, she was talking about how she saw a couple of cardinals, and then it wasn't until she said that I was like, oh my gosh. When I was at Lady Bird Johnson's Wildflower Center, I saw a couple of cardinals at different places in the center, and I thought, holy tamale. Like, I thought, like, yesterday when Tanya had wrote about that, I thought, oh my gosh, that was my mom. She was there. And I was feeling like she was there because flowers were such a connection for she and I. And that she's the one who turned me on to that whole thing. So you just never know, right? You just never know. Okay, so I have this... I went to this place called Charlie's with Joni for lunch one day, and they look at this deli paper that they had lining the tray. Anyway, I thought this might be kind of a cool thing to put on top of some, I mean, not this one, but I could put it on top of a painted background, right? This deli paper, this printed deli paper on top, and then I could do something artsy on top of that. So that is in my starts. I always have all these bits and bobs for starts. Do you know what I mean? So let's cut out all of these bits and bobs. She is doing so good, Debbie. She's back to work. She's doing so well. I don't know exactly what... what sentiment I want to put on here or what bits and bobs I want to put on here. So I'm just going to start fussy cutting all of these, and then remember that I can absolutely save all these bits of fodder in my cigar box of fodder, right? I have this box, and it just is just full of, like, remember we made those stamps and these guys. Shut up. How cute would that be? How cute would that be on a postcard? I have these painted papers that I cut for mats, M-A-T-T, mats for card fronts, but I was like, I might be able to, you never know. Anyway, I just have all kinds of bits and bobs. When I paint things and I don't know what I want to do with them, look, I have all of these newsprint flowers that are on a printable. I have stamps and stickers and parts of, that's the newspaper that my son works at, the Austin Chronicle. I just have all kinds of, look at this. I bought a t-shirt from this place called Girl Wonderful. I just love that. Anyway, I have all kinds of fodder and bits and bobs, builders, in that cigar box. So if I don't use it right now, I can absolutely use it in my box of tricks. Remember, Felix the cat had a bag of tricks. I have a cigar box of tricks. So I'm just kind of loosely cutting around all these bumps, this funky scallop around this little label band kind of thing. So, okay, so usually we talk about what kind of music we're listening to or what we're watching on TV, blah, blah, blah. So on the plane ride home, if you know me, you know I love me some Law and Order. I love Law and Order. Oh, I have plenty of Ziploc bags, Susan. You know I love the Ziploc bag. So, this isn't all of it. This is just like some little pieces that I have. I wish it was somehow organized, but not really. Because I pulled out a bunch of art papers too for my postcards, like base for my postcards. Susan, DM me your, if we don't happen to get each other in our swap, DM me your address in Cape Cod, and I will send you a postcard there. And hopefully you'll send me a postcard here. These big, when it gets all big and clunky on the sides, it makes fussy cutting difficult. I love fussy cutting. I have friends who abhor it. I don't know, there's something kind of relaxing about it to me. Hey Nance, how are you this morning? We are fiddling around with postcards. So, and here's the thing. If you make a cool postcard, make sure you take a picture of it. Make sure you take a picture of it before you send it out in the world. And make sure that you take a picture of it in good natural light and without shadows, because you'll want that for your own reference file. I know, Nance, the 3-day weekend gets you all mixed up, doesn't it? Everybody take a drink. Oh, what was the other thing I just thought of that I wanted to talk about? Oh, so on the plane, I couldn't find, like, I had watched everything on the way out. Like new series and stuff. And so I didn't have any more episodes. But then you can watch live TV, and lo and behold, USA was having a Law and Order marathon, and I was so dang happy. I can't describe how happy I was. So I just drew and watched Law and Order the whole way home. Oh, so I just read it. Let's see. So Deb, have you gone there? Have you gone to that new art store? Maybe I can get Keely to go with me. And you could meet us there. That'd be fun. Did you get a bunch of stuff? I got so much stuff when I went to... So I didn't even go to an art store when I was in Austin. But you know, I can find some art supplies wherever I go. I bought so many pens. I went to stationery stores. I went to one that Keely and I had gone to with our friend Carolyn called oh, I love a foreign art supply. Paper and Craft Pantry. That, I spent so much money at that store. And I swear, all pens. And then we went to the Japanese one. I went to another one. No, I can't remember the name. I found some cool stickers at the Presidential Library and the Wildflower Center. A restaurant that my kid took me to, a vegan restaurant that my kid took me to, had some cool free stickers, so I took some of those that I'll be incorporating in my art somehow, somewhere. I went to, because he's a member of the community, I went to a bookstore gift shop sort of thing called the Little Gay Shop in Austin, and that was cool. I got some cool stickers there. Like a lot of, reading. A lot of reading. I gotta get rid of all this. It's a hindrance. A lot of reading, like Reading is Fundamental. I got a Reading is Fundamental sticker. I got, I'm trying to think what the other, like, read band books, you know, that kind of thing. So that was cool. But you know, I can find an art supply, like I said. Everybody's got a cool pen. So Susan, do you make 10 of the same cards or do you make 10 different cards? I feel like I want to make 10 different ones. Almost there. Oh, so what I've been listening to? ABBA. I love ABBA. Yeah, I totally get you. And you are, because what's your date? What's your departure date? Is it next week sometime? Did we just talk about that? No, I don't remember. Sorry. I kind of dig the idea of this, like kind of going off the edge and then just trimming it. That's kind of cool. But I also kind of dig the idea of some bits and bobs. I could do another one. Those three could go on one, and this, and then a sentiment. What if... Oh. I have these tickets. That could be something that I could add. This. But I need my X-Acto, I think. To trim that up. Oh, what time is it? Do I have time to... Oh. Comfort book. Comfort book, comfort book. Okay, ready, go. Pomegranate. Much of gossip is envy in disguise. Much of self-doubt is conformity in disguise. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent, said Eleanor Roosevelt. Breathe into you. Step out of the shade. Be you in the wide open. The only success that matters is the success of being who you are. Fitting in is fine, but never try and fit in if it's this fitting in means becoming something you are not. Oh, haven't we all been there? Become you. Become the person no one else is. If people don't like you, let them not like you. Not every fruit has to be an apple. It is too exhausting to spend this existence as someone else. If you are a pomegranate, be a pomegranate. Sure, there are probably more people who don't like pomegranates than people who don't like apples, but for those of us who like pomegranates, they are what we like best. That is a good one. I don't know if I've ever said, that's a terrible one. I've had a couple that made me ponder about the meaning or the, some verbiage that I needed to look up. That's happened a few times. take off this little edge. Let's take off this edge. Whoops. Line that up. I'm loving this. Okay, that's making me happy. Then let's use one of these tickets. Oh, we could use one here and one there. Go that way. I want that, or do I want... Oh, I kind of like that. Oops. Sorry about that. Up more. That's too stark. I want to do this. I want those numbers to show. I like that, kind of like bringing it to a point. Like there should be like one more something over here. I have this dealio. This weird little swatch. Oh, my dad's neighbor also gave me some, I don't know, what do you think? That's not, I think this is too much white. I kind of liked the flat edge, but, Stop it right now. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Then I have this over here. I don't know where else I want to go with that, but I'll think of something. I have some sentiments here too that I could use on that. Like I could just put one sentiment up here. That might be cool. So I have Let Your Dreams Blossom, Born to Blossom. I think Born to Blossom. I think that's a good one. Whoa, That just flew somewhere. There we go. So I'm also thinking I might oh, I love that. Okay, I ran over. Big surprise. I always do. Oh, I have this piece too. So, I will get ready to bid you adieu, and I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along. And I will, then on Thursday, we will do something in our art journals with some painted pieces. So start digging through all of your painted pieces that are printed on paper, on copy paper, not watercolor paper. It's too thick for our art journals. Anyway, I will bid you adieu, and I will say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I adore you all, and I can't wait to stitch with you tomorrow and then art journal with you on Thursday. We're going to have ourselves a time. Watch social media. I will be posting little notices. I have a amazing card that Tessa created that I will be reposting right after class today. Oh my gosh. You will be inspired to just go make something. I adore you all. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.